Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this time to introduce you to the one and only Vibe Conversation. This is where we talk about Liberian entertainment industry news, the most trending story concerning Liberian entertainment, the artists, their manager, and some of the problems and issues and how they can be solved. We'd like to welcome you right here. Every week, live discussion. Mr. I Love You, alongside DJ Big Vibe. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure you guys seen me earlier on. Right back there with DJ Big Vibe. And here we are. We're live on the Vibe Conversation. This is where we sit down and bisect and dissect everything within the Liberian entertainment industry. We talk about it all. I'm not here alone. I am here with my beautiful, beautiful co-host. Please let the folks know who you are. What's your name?
You already know what it is. This is your girl, Naya.
That's right. That's right. High energy in the building, Liberian entertainment industry. No time to waste. Mr. I Love You is the name. A lot of you know me out there. You already know. We're going to get straight into it. This week, what's happening within the Liberian entertainment industry? What exactly do you need to know? We're going to dive into it. First on first, guess what?
Echo, what happened?
I'm hearing some news about Jazino is planning a second tour. What's your take on it?
Genzino, I love that he's doing another tour because we need to show him the respect that he did not get the first tour. So let's, as Liberians...
You think he got disrespected the first time?
I don't think they did the full blast that he deserved because he was one of the first Liberian artists to actually cross over in this industry and go mainstream.
First Liberian artist to cross over to go mainstream.
United States mainstream, UK, wow. To actually be in the platforms as Ghanaians and Nigerians to see them as competition.
When you say he didn't get the respect he deserved, can you break that down to me? What type of respect are you talking about? What exactly didn't he get from these folks? Because obviously, I mean, he got panties thrown at him.
Of course.
I thought that was the respect. Well,
of course.
Or that's not the respect.
The respect in my aspect is the way you promote and market an artist. For one, venues.
Okay.
When we are speaking about venues for our Liberian artists, let's stop putting them in clubs. Please. Let's respect them and get them real production, real security, real VIP access, okay? Just like we do for all other artists, let's respect our Liberian artists and put them in venues that are nice, fancy, somewhere people can actually have nice sceneries,
All right. Well, I mean, I get where you're coming from. You want Liberian artists to be put in. You want them to be
bigger arenas. We
want them
can
to
feel
be
it.
put into arenas,
Yes.
and you don't want them to do clubs and stuff.
No.
But catch yourself. You got to check this out. Getting them into those arenas and stuff is not the problem. It's not the issue. Now the problem, the issue is, can they fill those places up?
Yes, we can.
Wait, what?
Yes, we can. Liberians can come out, and there's a large network of Liberians that they are missing just by choosing the venue to be a club.
All right, folks, look, my co-host, she making me vest. I want to tell her something, but I want to tell her.
If you vest,
no,
boss.
Listen, let me tell you something. She's saying all kind of things, but put it in the comment section if you think Liberian artists need to be put into what's the word?
Put Liberian artists in arenas.
Arena?
Bigger venues.
Is it a girlfriend name or is it arena? What do you mean?
Arena.
What's arena? What's arena?
Oh, I must speak colloquial.
Break it down to me.
Put the people there in BB building with flashy light. Or the BB fan make it shine. Make us shine. We want shine.
Mr. I Love You, my take on this, I personally think that Liberian artists, in my opinion, I think Liberian artists don't have the weight to occupy arenas. Liberian artists don't have the weight to occupy arenas and stuff. But my co-host is saying you guys should, promoters out there need to
put respect on our name.
So if that's what you're saying, and if you believe in that, put it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's keep it going. Jazina is thinking about second tour. Obviously, you agree with it. You're looking forward to that.
Let's make it big.
From what we're hearing online, he's talking about June. He's looking at June.
And we're already in May.
We're already in May. In all fairness, in my opinion, You know, there's the opinion that's only you can smoke.
Opinion is the thing you
Yeah,
can
okay.
smoke.
But
So
in
it
my
should be in
opinion,
your brain.
yeah, but you know,
Stimulate your brain.
when you smoke the
LRB
opinion,
form.
it can come from your head.
Or your opinion
But
in your head.
let me say this to you. I personally think that Jay-Zino don't, with the exception of Butter My Bread, that have the numbers, right? Butter My Bread have the numbers. Butter My Bread is one of the huge songs he did. Before an artist can do a second tour, I personally think you need to make sure you have more work, more music, more songs out there that, if possibly, have override your first work.
I
But
agree.
with the song he got out, there is no work he has out now
I agree.
that is overriding his first work.
I agree.
So in that sense, in my opinion, I don't think it's a good timing for
Timing
you to
it.
do a second tour, because now, literally, you're coming back. You're going to be doing a lot of these same old songs you did.
And you're gonna miss the fly.
Right.
Yep.
So, to me, I don't think it's the
I
right
agree.
timing. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say I agree with
But
you in that
But
aspect.
I think you carry away with his looks. This is what I think the problem is.
No, actually, I like
So-
mine's chocolates. I like rebels. I want rebel
you
leader.
want-
I want the scars to show to make them know say you from Liberia.
Oh,
I don't like pretty boys with their hair back. We just love.
but you love his music,
I
though.
love his music. I love
Okay.
his character, his marketing, and he's a Liberian that is trying to make our industry known. So, timing, you are 100% correct. He needs to slow down on the tour right now. Let him focus on collaborations.
Right.
What he's doing right now, linking up with artists that's in Liberia and here in the diaspora. Let him continue doing his marketing. He has the song Go Down with the Game. You know, let's continue on that track, and then Jenzino, Papa,
So,
do tour.
speaking on that tour, I'm just going to take off from that same point. When you look at a guy like CIC, in my personal opinion, right? I personally think when CIC came and did his USA tour, I
Yeah.
think it was a great timing for him.
Yes.
The reason being, you can hand CIC the mic for an hour plus, and CIC
Non-stop.
will be performing for
Non-stop.
you hits back to back. Like,
CIC has been in the industry longer.
right. So
All right.
an artist like CIC has back to back hits.
Yes.
That if you put him on stage for an hour or hour plus,
He can do a tour back to back.
right, and he will have
Variety.
He will have the audience
Yeah.
feeding and vibing with him throughout the entire time. So to me personally, CIC tour makes sense to me.
I agree.
thought it was worth it that he was coming out to do that tour, right? So that was that.
What we could say, if Jenzino wanted to do a tour so close in time frame, let him do a collaborative tour.
You think so?
Let him bring CIC,
Yeah.
if he could, Bucky Raw,
Right.
if he could, MC Caro, and Skinny Boy Panto.
How you gonna jump me into Bucky Raw conversation when you know he's back home on a one-way ticket?
Listen, if he could, because we did see promo earlier. Was it earlier last year? Duke Concept had some promo where Bucky Raw, LIB Foreign, everybody was supposed to do a tour.
And then what
But
happened
it
to
fell
that?
through. We don't know. We don't know.
I was
We
told
don't know.
somebody never got the visa.
Well, we
Somebody-
pray for
somebody
our brother
like,
Bucky.
Like the Liberians out there was
Yeah.
saying, somebody
Somebody
sit-
wishing.
No, somebody sit down on it.
Somebody sit down there and put it on the ground.
Yeah,
They won't get up.
Squeeze the
They
phone.
won't get up.
Is
We
it
cost you because Bucky Raw will be back here in America.
Right.
We want Bucky Raw.
Yeah,
I'm
so
telling you.
looking at Jay-Zino tour, we left from there. We spoke a little bit about
He
CIC.
should add some people.
Now we're still in that same tour era. KCW is on a tour. There's
It's
a whole lot of
KCW.
mumbling around it. What is your take on it?
The
How
problem-
do you see that tour? How is it going?
The problem here is some of our icons and our, Liberians who has been in this industry for so long, they not taking their craft seriously. Kizzy W is such a talented producer and such a talented artist. But the problem here is he is not taking his talent seriously. This is his first time in the U.S.
I default to correct you on that. I think he been to the U.S. before.
Touring.
I know he performed in the U.S. somewhere. Because
This is my first time hearing about a tour.
No. I ran into him somewhere. You know, when I do these shows, I run into them here and
So,
there.
do you believe that this could be his second time touring or his first?
I don't think it was a tour.
Okay.
So,
but from my perspective, I think this is his first tour. And Kizzy W is such a big artist to me in my eyes, like a CIC, like a Eric Jizo. But when he came, whether it was marketing or promo, but they made him small.
When you say CIC is not CIC, but if you say, when you tell me KCW is not taking his art serious, my question to you now is he not taking his act serious, or the folks around him is not taking him serious? So who is to be blamed when it comes to that? Is it more of the artist or the team he's working with? You
blame yourself when you don't control the team that you're working with, because they're here for you. So if you control the narrative, you control the team around you. So if you're serious, the people around you need to be serious. And if they're not, they gotta go. So you think he got the remote control? He has the remote control. Everybody has the remote control on their life. So that's to say, like, women think they control men. But we do. Girl, I'm not about to talk about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this, because you about to get crazy with me. No way. So KCW is on a tour. My take on it. I'm gonna give you my take on it. I'm ready. You know how I am. I keep it real. I don't bite and blow. But KCW tour, I heard about it. There was an issue about it concerning Minnesota, especially when he was in Minnesota. It's like the vibe over there, the turnout was not great. There's not too much of a training stories around it. The build-up on it is not great. And, I mean, you're really not hearing a whole lot concerning this tour. So now the question here is, what do you do? Now, one person I want us to discuss about when it comes to tour is DJ Bossman. He's in Philly. Oh. Now, hold up. DJ Bossman is in Philly, right? This is a big name in the industry. Literally, dude have his hands underneath almost every tour. Huge. I mean, do you really think, when you talk about artists not being put into arenas and other places, do you think he has a role to play in this? Because sometimes he calls the shots on these venues. There are times where, like, if Bossman is with this club now and you doing a tour, that's where you're going. And the next time he's with this club, that's where you're going. So, I mean, these big promoters, what role are they playing when it comes to these artists? When it comes to being a promoter, especially somebody like Bossman, they think numbers. Right. You can be as creative as you want to. Like, I'm sitting here on a podcast saying, put them in an arena. Bossman has to think numbers. Based on their last fiscal year, how much did they make in 2024? If they only made, let's say, $20,000 or $30,000 for this particular capacity in this specific venue, they are just gonna inch it up 1 year the next year. So they're thinking numbers. So in their mind, they're going to put them in a club because that's what's available right now based on numbers. But if we as Liberians start saying, put us in venues like arenas, and we don't accept the club mindset, they will give it a chance to see what the numbers can change. But as somebody, as a smart person like Bossman, he has to think numbers. He can't just go on let's see what happens. We have to start pushing it out there, and we as Liberians have to show them what we want so that they can say, all right, these people want this, we tie into what the customers are asking. But as of right now, ain't nobody talking about it, so they doing what fits the official last year's number. In a way, I look at it as you're almost kind of contradicting yourself in a way, because originally you made mention of the fact that you think, these artists need to be put into arenas. Yes. And I did mention to you, do you think Liberian artists can fill arenas? And we can. Said, yeah. Now, the question here is, even with these clubs that it take them to, how many times have these clubs been at a point where, like, they're telling you, we turned 500 people down because the club was overpacked and we had to send people home. I'm coming. That barely happened, because if an artist is coming and I'm taking them to a club that can take 700 people, right? And the night goes to an end, and the club was filled. Bottom line, I have 500 people in there. This club wasn't even at max. So what grounds am I standing on to say, the next Liberian artist tour, I'm taking it to an arena? I mean, if these folks were going to come out, then it give me an idea and be like, I think this was too small, I'm not going to do this and this and that. Right. So where you change that narrative is actually changing the venue from the start. You're losing a huge percent of a Liberians just from the word club. You have to understand, not all Liberians are club party. You got some real business focused, doctors, lawyers, PhD holders. You're missing out on a huge demographic of real Liberians, prominent Liberians in the community who would love to come see CIC, but they're not going to no club where there's alcohol and drugs. They're not. Now, if you go into another, like a bigger arena where there's spacious and you put that on the flyer, see how we as Liberians feel that place.
I agree with you with that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We're going to be right back. This is the Vibe Conversation to catch you around. Boom. Welcome back, folks. Yep. This is it right here, the Vibe Conversation. I'm here with my co-host, my discombobulated co-host. You know how it is. She always gives me headache, trouble. B-U-T. But we're talking about the tour situation earlier on. And I mean, I'm going to drift away from that a little bit. My next question to you right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, who is who's your favorite artist in the industry right now? Or who do you think is the top trending artist in the Liberian entertainment industry right now? You want me to give you names?
No.
You think you got it?
Yeah? CIC.
Wait, you said CIC?
CIC, my final say CIC.
Why
if you
why
want
is
for
CIC,
me,
why
I'll
is
be
CIC,
ready by 6.
Why is CIC the top trending artist?
Consistency and culture.
Consistency and culture.
Yes.
What exactly is he doing that is proving that he's being consistent, and how is that helping him to maintain that spot?
He has grown so much. My first time hearing CIC was
when
John
you say
Botte.
he's grown too much, you mean you grow stomach or what?
Please, don't discuss. People already know about me and CIC. Don't discuss my CIC. That's my favorite. So I would say he's grown
you
based
mean
on
musically.
Music
is growing.
Music
okay, no
or
problem. Yeah, music is
I speak in correct English?
Yeah, that's correct English. Don't worry. Yeah.
Musically, he has grown tremendously.
Right.
From John Botte to where he's at right now. For him even getting the opportunity to be here in the U.S. when he made that song, that Change song.
Yeah.
What was the name of give me the name of the song.
Congratulations.
When he put out Congratulations, they showcased him on the Shade Room.
Wow.
When he was on the Shade Room, he was listed as one of the top 3 artists in Liberia, next to Genzino. And he's been in this industry longer than Genzino. CIC has so many songs back to back, Monio, John Botte, the Congratulations songs. He is consistent and he sticks to the culture. He brought Kolo. He kept his sound. That's why I choose CIC.
You consider CIC to be the top 20 artist
Yes.
for you right now. Well, want to
What's
see a
your
big
top?
shout out to CIC out there. For me personally, I know there's this kid that's coming up. He sounds like a Nigerian, with some of his songs. I'm not saying he's my artist, but he's my. I'm not going to consider him to be my top trending artist.
Okay.
But I feel like between him and King Dennis and MC Caro, she been pushing through too. But I'm not really going to focus on her because it's like her songs. I don't know. I'll talk about that later on. But you heard me. Girl, take it easy with me. But I personally think my top 20 artist is Teddy Ride.
Teddy Ride.
Yeah. The reason being,
Teddy Ride.
it's true that, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, it's true that CIC been trending for a while and CIC have maintained a spot. But one thing I like about Teddy Ride is, Teddy Ride, like sometimes CIC might give you 3, 4 top hit songs, where Teddy Ride will sit in the system and give you 2, and that 2 gonna go long. I mean, he has a way of keeping that high energy.
Yes.
A lot of his songs is always those high energy. Now with CIC, a lot of CIC songs is about quote-unquote vibe, and a lot of CIC songs is more about words. So people relate to CIC song based off of the words and how they can vibe to it. It's something that just gets you going. But then with Teddy Ride sit And
It's
he's
a
like,
consistency.
I'm making a song to get you off your feet. You gonna get up and dance. And that's
La
what he
pa
do.
fin.
And every time he does it, he nail it on it. You know, he hit it on the nail. So for me personally, 2025, we're in the month of May, June, July. You know, this calendar season, I personally will give it up to Teddy Riley as my top trending artist.
Based on what you listed, I would agree that he is something for both high and low age range. No matter your age range, you can listen to Teddy Riley, and from childhood to he's consistent. I didn't think about that way, but yeah. So then I guess our both tops are tops.
Right. Yeah.
And they collab together, so they know they were worth it.
It is what it is, yeah. But bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, this is the vibe conversation. You know, when something is really nice, you don't want to just
Don't spoil it.
It's unfortunately, I know you guys are waiting to hear what we're going to be talking about next. Want to say, please stay tuned. Make sure you follow this page. Hit the share button and type in the comment section, letting her know what I think. If you agree with me, let her know.
If you agree with me, let me know, because
follow us on Facebook.
you don't trust a man with a cowboy hat. I'm just trying to tell y'all, please. You can't trust a man with a cowboy hat.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, some of the people bring me cold water, they play the airline, like cold water with ice, and pull it on, you know?
Bag water, not
I
in
just
cup.
said, catch us next week right here, Vibe Conversation. We got a whole lot training. Whatever is happening within the Liberian entertainment industry, Mr. I Love You is the name. We're going to bring it to you live and direct right here. Hit the comment section. Make sure you share the video. We'll catch you around. Peace out.
Mawanaya.